is the calm before the storm here on this beautiful Saturday morning here at Arizona State University, as we are about to see what is the most important game here at Mountain America Stadium since the 2014 game against Notre Dame, where ASU almost put themselves in playoff contention in that year. And now today could be no different, considering everything is going to be on the line for Kenny Dillingham and the Sun Devils. Welcome here to the C-Trace Sports Pregame Report. Caleb Bushy here alongside Sam Valenti. Tom Forbes will join us here in just a few minutes to go over player breakdowns. But Sam, this is a game that a lot of people are both equally excited for and equally nervous for. This is their biggest test yet. No doubt, this is the game of the year for the Sun Devils.
Caleb, you're absolutely right about that. This game means everything to this team, to this program, to this school, to this city. The electricity here in Tempe all week has been absolutely incredible. And the thing that I'm looking forward to the most in this contest is the quarterback matchup. It's a great quarterback matchup. Two great QBs doing battle tonight. We'll have Sam Levitt for ASU. 17 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions thrown all year. He's done a great job of protecting the football. And for BYU, you got Jake Retzloff, who has thrown for 19 touchdowns, but has also thrown 8 interceptions. So that's something to be on the lookout for. Can ASU's defense come up with some interceptions, some turnovers, to make some big plays that can influence the outcome of this contest?
You talk about Sam Levitt. This is just only his first year, and he's already made quite the impression. Now, I know the season's not over yet. We still have 2 very big games left because they also got U of A on the road next week to conclude the regular season. Your thoughts, though, on Levitt, on what he's done for this Sun Devil team so far compared to past quarterbacks like Jaden Daniels and Rashada and all the great quarterbacks of the past. A lot of people are comparing him, though, to one of the best legendary quarterbacks of the 90s Sun Devil era, which is Jake Plummer. You see any similarities from Levitt to Plummer?
I think those comparisons are warranted. Levitt has been so clutch throughout the season. He's come through in those big moments, just like Jake the Snake was doing in 1996, leading these game-winning drives. He's connected with Jordan Tyson for some big game-winning touchdowns, especially here at home at Mountain America Stadium. So yeah, I think absolutely those comparisons are warranted.
Hey, you had Jake the Snake. I would throw in a little catchphrase to Sam, Give Sam some toast, because here comes the jam, all right? Levitt is going to do a great job tonight. Also, some big players to talk about. Cam Scadaboo, who was reactivated from injury last week, played a huge role in the K-State victory on the road, and will once again be a huge weapon arsenal for ASU against BYU tonight. For more on that and all the big player breakdowns to go through with ASU and BYU, let's send it now to Tom Forbes, who has all the inside scoop for us. Tom, what do you have for us?
Hey guys, that's right. The Sun Devils have all their players back, and it was evident in practice throughout this week. Kenny Dillingham talked to the media and said that there's no issues with really anybody on the team, and they have all of their power-hitting guys back. With their win against Kansas State last week, they won 24-14, as we know. They've had all of their heavy hitters. Sam Levitt, of course, the quarterback. They got Scadaboo back, even though he didn't play against UCF the week before that. He did great. He had 25 carries for 73 yards. And we got other guys like Jordan Tyson, who had over 176 yards and caught 15 passes. So there's a lot of great stuff going for the Sun Devils coming into this weekend against BYU, who's been struggling quite a bit, to be really honest with you. They had the upset loss against Kansas last week, and some of their guys like Chase Roberts didn't even get over 100 yards on the receiving end. So there's kind of a not a so good outcome looking for BYU. Now, Kenny Dillingham says it's all hands on deck for Sun Devils fans. Let's see what he had to say about that.
Well, great environment, right? The one thing I would say is if you have tickets and you're an ASU fan, make sure they go to ASU fans, right? There's a lot of BYU fans in the Valley, right? So let's make sure if you're an ASU fan and you own a ticket and you're selling it or you're giving it away, make them show you an ASU hat or an ASU shirt, show something ASU in order to get that ticket because it's I think it's one of the most expensive tickets in college football right now are the tickets to this game on Saturday, and that's super exciting just because the environment for the guys when they run out of the tunnel, that's real. To be loud, right, on third downs, on fourth downs is real. And I mean, I can't wait until we hit our first third down their offense, our defense, and the place just stands up and erupts. And that's going to be exciting. I mean, to say I saw us being at 8-2 and said, "Oh, this is what I expected." You always expect to win. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't look at the macro very much of like how many wins are you going to achieve. It's so hard because it's one play away. We're 4 plays away from having 4 losses. I mean, that's just, we're a couple plays away from having 10 wins. Like, that's the nature of football. So, like, I've never looked at it like that. I always look at it like, man, we could win every game on our schedule. No, we could lose every game on our schedule too, but we could win every game. So when I noticed it was like I said, the Mississippi State game, the first half of that game, when we came out and, we were physical, we played hard, we played with a passion, and then just the guys' camaraderie throughout it was when I was like, okay, these guys, they got something to them. And I always knew that, but it was when you see it live in a game setting, it kind of confirmed that, all right, we got something about ourselves.
Tickets for the game has sold out, but in the resale market, tickets are going for as much as $2,000 per ticket. So if you want to go to the game, you're going to have to probably take out a second mortgage for it. But this is going to be a great game regardless. Caleb, Sam, I'll throw it back to you guys.
Tom, thank you so much. And now looking forward to what the ASU postseason could look like. Now, although ASU is in contention for the college football playoff, should they lose or they lose next week, they will probably be out of contention for the Big 12 championship. But they still will have one more game to play to finish out the season because they are confirmed to be bowl eligible. And taking a look at the bids, although ASU is now in the Big 12 conference, they still are tied to the Pac-12 Legacy Bowl bids. And looking here at the lineup, the number 2 team will go to the Alamo Bowl in San Antonio. Should they go number 3, they will go to San Diego at the new Snapdragon Stadium for the Holiday Bowl. Or they could go back to Allegiant Stadium for the Las Vegas Bowl if they are placed number 4th. 5th place goes to the Sun Bowl in El Paso. ASU has been there a couple of times over the past 10 years. And then, of course, the 6th spot will go to the LA Bowl, which is not a bad spot either, considering it is SoFi Stadium. The home of the Rams going to be hosting that game, but that game will be played literally 2 weeks after the Big 12 championship, so they'll at least easily get that out of the way. But Sam, looking forward to the postseason. We saw Michelle Gardner report this after the Kansas State game, that there were reports of Kenny Dillingham meeting up with the Alamo Bowl representatives for a potential appearance there. Where do you, taking the college football playoff out of the picture here and looking at the other scenarios, where do you think ASU could go to finish Kenny Dillingham's sophomore season?
I really think ASU has a good chance of making the Alamo Bowl, and I think it would be such a fun bowl game for ASU to be in, especially because if you remember last year's Alamo Bowl, it was the Arizona Wildcats, ASU's arch nemesis, making the Alamo Bowl and defeating the Oklahoma Sooners. And that was obviously a big win for the folks in Tucson. So wouldn't it be fitting for ASU to then go into the Alamo Bowl this year themselves and possibly get a big win there? I think that would be a really fun way for ASU to possibly conclude their season.
It's not a bad way to conclude their season. I mean, even though it's not the college football playoff, it is the next best thing for a Pac-12 team to go to. Selfishly, I kind of want them to go to the Las Vegas Bowl, knowing that it would be played against an SEC team. I mean, come on. I kind of would want to see Alabama play Arizona State, just selfishly, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But now going in, switching back, final predictions for this game, Sam. I know this is a hard question to answer. Who do you think is going to win? What do you think the final score is going to be? And it could either come down to a touchdown. We also could have to mention kicking is a very huge part. ASU's had struggles in kicking. BYU's kicker came through just 2 weeks ago, getting the win against Utah on the road. That was huge. So you never know what it could come down to. Your final predictions.
Caleb, this season we've seen some thrillers here at Mountain America Stadium. Like you think of the games that we've seen against teams like Kansas and Utah and UCF. These have been one-score games, tight, down to the wire, great games, and I think that this game is going to be no different. But with this home crowd, with the electricity here in Tempe, give me the Sun Devils 35-28.
Oh, I was actually going to say 35-28, but you stole my prediction. No, I actually agree with that. I think ASU can pull away. They've had a long history of having huge wins here at home compared to what they had on the road. And one of the biggest things why ASU lost on the road was because of the numerous false starts against BYU because of that home crowd. That does make a difference for this ASU team, which is now going to favor them because they are now the host. So I think ASU can win this game. Kenny Dillingham, I don't know if you've seen the practices and all the interviews he's done with the media. He has shown that they're going to be very well prepared for this game. Even if the result doesn't turn out the way they want it to, I think it's at least going to be close. And I think a lot of people are going to be able to agree with that. But that's going to do it for the pregame report. We will have post-game coverage here at Mountain America Stadium after the game. And for all in-game coverage, tune into our social media accounts. Matthew Jacobson will also be covering the game as well, and will be joining me for the post-game report. But that is going to do it for now. Enjoy the game, everyone. For Tom Fords, Sam Valenti, I'm Caleb Bushy, saying goodbye for now, and best of luck to Kenny Dillingham and the Sun Devils.